This is Awani Global with me, Nailah Huda. And this week on Awani Global, we take a close look at the recent election in Thailand, with the results defying major polls and showing Prime Minister Anutin's Thai party becoming the first party to win by such a large margin in about 15 years. So joining us now to unpack what the results mean and what they say about the current state of the country, we have joining us Dr. Punchada Sirivunnabood, Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities and Professor in Political Science at Mahidol University. Thank you so much, Dr. Punchada, for joining us today on Awani Global. I think we can start off with looking at the overall results that we've seen, some coming as a shock to certain analysts. Do you think this came as a shock? What do you think they kind of reveal about the current state of Thai politics right now, Dr. Puchada?
Well, for the winner, for me, I wasn't that shocked because I expect Thai will win the election. But what surprised me a lot is the number of seats that they got in this election. A lot of our, analysis and the poll show that the party might get about 150, 160, but this time it's almost 200. But it's almost, we can call it like a landslide victory for Thai party. And this make party, Thai, to be able to form the coalition government by, recruit or select the party that they want to join the coalition government.
What do you think are some of the factors that could explain this big victory for the Thai party?
Well, first of all, I think it's the nationalism that Thai raised this, sentiment during the campaign because of the conflict between Thailand and Cambodia last year. And then Thai stepped into power to be the prime minister and the government. And they tried to boost the concept of nationalism among the Thais. This is the most important that, raise and also support Thai party to win in this election. Another point is the economics of the country. Thai, have three important ministers that are respected and very famous in Thai society. Two of them are the Minister of Commerce and the new Minister of Finance. And these two these two ministers, they are really successful in their career, and then can also make trust among the Thai peoples about the economic development and economics to get better for Thailand.
We saw some of the major polls overwhelmingly projecting a win for the People's Party initially. How do you think these polls could get the results so wrong?
Well, I think it depends on which poll, but most of the poll, the way they collect data may be differences. If you got the poll from the professor in political science, I think most of the political scientists that they did their own poll always say the same thing, that Thai would win the election. But the poll from other institute like a university that I don't really know how they collect data, but it's maybe different. So these two poll of the two set of people are not the same. So then that's why the poll that you saw in the media, maybe different results come from the poll that collect by the political scientists or the real political analysis. So they already chose that Thai would win this election.
What do you think the results say about the People's Party? Do you think this marks the end of the orange wave that we've seen becoming so popular the past few years?
I don't think it's the end of the People's Party, but I think People's Party has to reconsider like what's going on with this party, why they lost so much in this election, because no one expect them to lose, that many. We were expecting this party to get about 130 in this election, but for the constitutional seat, they got lesser than 100, which is a bit surprised. So they need to learn from, what they have done in the past. And then I think that in the next election, this party still have chance to win more seats and to win the election, to compete and maybe possible to win the next election as well. So may I add a little bit that I think a lot of people in Thailand want to see the strong opposition, People's Party, are effectively to act and perform as the opposition party. They check and they also, report a lot of corruption things. And, they were doing the debate in the parliament. So I think as the opposition party, I think a lot of people, want to see how the Orange or the People's Party to perform once again as the opposition party.
Do you think there were any specific, sort of miscalculation, any strategic errors on the part of the People's Party? I mean, you said, they should try and understand how they lost, and some of the polls, I guess, predicted a much bigger win, much more seats for the People's Party. What do you think are some of the crucial lessons they need to learn from this outcome?
Well, one of the things that they need to really reconsider the way that they're going to use the concept that they are going to use in the campaigns. Because if you look at the policies that People's Party advertise or conduct the campaigns, they are focusing more on the restructure of the whole structures of the country. For example, they want to get rid of corruption, they want to amend the constitution, which is a big thing, and it will take some time to be successful. In contrast to Phumjai Thai Party, they focus on the important and immediate issue that the country needs to improve. For example, like the conflict between Cambodia and Thailand and economic downturn, economic stagnation of the country at this point. So then that's why all the policies that Phumjai Thai introduced during the campaigns can boost support from the people at this short period, and we can see the outcome by the short period, which is really different from the People's Party. That if you want to see the success of the People's Party, we may need to wait for sometimes like years in order to see, for example, the amendment of the constitution.
You mentioned one of the factors leading to Phumjai Thai's victory was to do with this sort of nationalism in the national mood and sentiment. And you also mentioned about the Cambodia border conflict. How much do you think this conflict shifted the political mood towards nationalism, towards more conservative stability, and thus bringing to Phumjai Thai's victory?
Well, I think it's the conflict between the two countries is the important issue during the election times, particularly people in Bangkok and the middle class, and also people who live at the border. They want to see peace between Thailand and Cambodia, and at the same time, they want Thailand to protect the area of the country. And Phumjai Thai, especially the new Minister of Foreign Affairs appointed by Phumjai Thai last year, he did a really good job on how to handle the conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. The speech that he gave at the United Nations really powerful, and then bring Thailand to believe that Phumjai Thai can protect the country, can really solve the problem of the Thailand and Cambodia conflict. So this idea and this policy of Phumjai Thai on the nationalism is, I think, is the main important policies that make the party success, especially at the provinces near the border.
Talking about this, we also want to look at the next steps forward, what we can expect from Thailand after this. How do you think Anutin's leadership, particularly the sort of nationalism that he brings in his leadership and his government, how do you think this might affect Thailand's relations with Cambodia moving forward, as well as ASEAN's management of this conflict?
Well, I think Phumjai Thai and also I have to mention the Minister of Foreign Affairs as well, and we know that who's gonna be the new minister. I mean, the same person is going to be the Minister of Foreign Affairs. They really knows about the foreign policy. They really knows about what's going on in the region. I think by having Phumjai Thai, maybe we can make trust amongst Thai people themselves on the conflict that can be solved by the party, and at the same time, with this new, actually the same Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Sirivunnabood, he has a high experience on the foreign policy. I think it's maybe the way that can enhance the roles of Thailand among the ASEAN, and can also make ASEAN trust Thailand more, especially on the conflict between Thailand and Cambodia as well.
You mentioned a little bit about one of the main elements of the Phumjai Thai Party's campaign, focusing not just on the Cambodia border conflict, but also on economic stagnation. And of course, there's a lot of news reports discussing about Thailand's state of economy, calling Thailand now the sick man of Asia, driven by this slowdown in consumption, even in tourism, in manufacturing. Do you think that this win for Phumjai Thai might provide some economic stability? How serious do you think Anutin is about economic restructuring?
I think Anutin and Thai is really serious about the economic restructurings of the country by looking, about the policy of the Thai last year. They put a lot of policy to boost the economic development and economic stability of Thailand. The Minister of Finance, together with the Minister of Commerce, they are not really a politician, but they are the former bureaucrat and also successful CEO of companies. So the way that they deal with the economic policy kind of really fast, and we can see the result right away after they step into power only a couple months. And we hope that these two minister of finance and also the commerce, they can bring trust back for the government, and also they can bring trust among the investor as well. As you can see, right after the election, when we know the result of the election, the stock market in Thailand like increasing very fast, and it's also increased even today. So I think it's a good sign for Thailand that with these new ministers of commerce and also the finance and has the experience in economic development, and I think they can have a policy to make Thai economy better.
Um, Also, on another note, if we were to look at this from a sort of Western lens, a lot of Western media reports describe this as a big win for conservatives in the country or the conservative forces. Do you think that there's still space for reformist politics that we've seen before challenging the sort of royalist military establishment?
Well, I think it's actually make the conservative more stable. And to be honest, we can see Anutin and Thai to be government and prime minister for the next maybe like 10 years, because the way that they manage the politics, not only about the election itself, but other structure in Thailand is already controlled by the conservative. For example, like the senators, and also some other ministries are already controlled by people who have a close relationship with particular government parties. So I think it may be difficult to have change again, particularly now the opposition party want to amend the constitution, even though they were in this last election. We also have the referendum together with the election for the amendment of the constitution as well. For the amendment of the constitution, I think the results show that most of the Thai people, about 19 million, want to have the new constitution. But well, that referendum did not really tell us that we're gonna have the new constitution. There's a lot of process to go before we can have the new constitution, which is gonna be difficult for the People's Party and also the progressive side to make change of Thai politics overall.
Yep. Thank you so much, Dr. Punchada, for your insight and for joining us on Awani Global.
Thank you.
That is Dr. Punchada joining us from Mahidol University, sharing some insight on the Thai election results. But we'll be back shortly with more analysis. We are back on Awani Global, still discussing the recent election in Thailand. We want to unpack what the results actually mean and what they say about the state of the country. And joining us now to unpack the recent election in Thailand and the results, we have joining us Dr. Pongphisoot Busbarat, Director of the Institute and Security and International Studies, ISIS Thailand, and also Assistant Dean of the Faculty of Political Science at Chulalongkorn University. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us on Awani Global.
Thank you for having me here.
Maybe we can start off with just some of your overall thoughts looking at the results. What do you think they say about the current state of the country right now?
Well, of course, we have more stabilities, but the dispute between, the pro-democracies and the conservative group are still lingering, because now a lot of people are calling for recounting the ballots. Some of the ballots are in question. So we're going to take some time to finish that business. But at least, we can see the sentiment now from the election is that the populations or the voters perhaps prefer stabilities over change that probably can read from the victory of Phumjai Thai parties, while the People's Party, the Progressive parties won the popular vote. Phumjai Thai in the Conservative Party is still, hold the majority. Basically, the first, party that win most of the elections. So the Progressive Party was not able to converse that energy that they cultivate during the few years ago into majority sitting. We probably could see some of the rise and fall of the big party, especially the red camp, a little bit more progressive, led by a former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. So you probably could see, the party came to the third rank. So that's kind of like a big shrink for them. So well, probably we can read from these stabilities over change, and then it might have some benefit in terms of like kind of pausing the political cycle. If you follow Thai politics, you might have seen that Thai politics is often described as a cycle where the winning pro-democracy parties eventually are ousted by the court or the judicial activism or even the coup. So, the Conservative Party winning mean that one would not happen in the next at least 3 to 4 years, and we might have like the full term government in the next 4 years. So, but we still can see urban rural divide between orange wave in the urban populations, and the Conservative parties are mostly winning the provincial sittings. So that's probably can read from the stage of Thai politics now.
What do you think are some of the factors that can explain Phumjai Thai Party's victory? Do you think that this marks sort of a shift towards conservatism in the national sentiment? Do you think this has more to do with the Cambodian border conflict? Is it to do with the economy?
Yeah, well, I think it's the combinations of everything, but I think the nationalism card would be the key determinant in Phumjai Thai parties and other conservative party gaining more seats this time. Well, including that tactic of campaign, the strength of the big houses, or we call in Thai, big houses, meaning like those influential figures in the provincial area who can control the vote, at least like mobilize the support. And then I think this time we see the consolidations of the conservative front using that mechanisms to secure the vote. So that's very very obvious this time. And like as the incumbent government, right? I mean, Phumjai Thai has that advantage of showing the public that their economic pragmatism in the past couple of months, when they are in the government, could benefit at least the short term for the populations. A lot of campaigns, even though it's populist economic policy, but it kind of promises some of the benefit that the people want to see. Normally voter would focus in the short term, not very long term sort of outcome of this economic policy. So I think Phumjai Thai got that advantage during its government in the past couple of months. And this time, I think institutional and elite backing also one of the advantage of the Phumjai Thai parties to win these elections. Well, of course, it's a caretaker government, and as the military party is kind of like shrinking, since a Prayut government finished its power, then there's no other choices, right, for the elite to support and the conservative people to support. So Phumjai Thai is the best option for them. So at least you can see this. That's why like most of the vote in the conservative camp now focuses on Phumjai Thai only. That's the result.
So what do you think went wrong for the People's Party? Do you think that their sort of more reformist campaign came at the wrong place at the wrong time, or do you think that there were any sort of strategic miscalculations on their part? What do you think are some of the lessons that they need to learn coming out of this?
I think what they can learn is that, well, I think the failure this time, well, I don't want to say the failure, but the result is not that good for them, because normally the People's Party would attract urban populations, and they normally the agenda focus on national and structural level, national policy. And what have noticed, during the campaign, there are a lot of criticisms about, the candidate not paying more attention to, like local constituencies, right? Normally in Thai politics, politicians or candidate would visit houses, family, villages, attending wedding, funeral, pay some, respect to local god, or religious institutions. I think People's Party didn't really focus on that, right? I mean, like they focus on like very idealistic, campaign on the agenda. So I think kind of missed out, the rural populations or provincial populations to vote for them. And at least this time, you have the comparative or competitive parties who are very active in campaigning on nationalist sentiments, economic policy that the Punchada parties just roll out in the past couple of months. So I think the comparisons, like when people think about it, right, it's just like, oh, this is like very good for them, but at the same time, the People's Parties are not is not promising enough, and it seems to be far from what they actually want. It's very idealistic and national level. So I think that one of the differences, and I don't want to say mistake, but it doesn't really touch with the local population much.
Doesn't resonate as much.
Yeah.
You mentioned this sort of nationalist sentiment quite a few times as being one of the more critical factors explaining the results that we're seeing. How much of it do you think had to do with the Cambodian border conflict, and how, under Anutin's leadership, the government, incumbent government, managed to sort of handle it or tackle this conflict?
I think the Cambodia conflict made quite how should I say, quite a lot of the advantage to Pumjai parties. And the Pumjai parties, if you follow the campaigns in the last round of campaign, 1 week before the elections, Anutin focused on this. Using nationalist sentiment, using Cambodia conflict, a lot to attract the listener, the audiences, right? I think this round especially the last round of conflict with Cambodia, the fighting, that shows that Anutin government, when in power, they are strong against the enemy. And then that sentiment, kind of resonate with the increasing nationalist sentiments among Thai populations against Cambodia. So I think this time Cambodia conflict play a lot of roles and might be a key determinant as well.
The dust hasn't exactly settled yet, as you said. There's been a lot of push for a sort of ballot recounting. But if we were to see, this incumbent government potentially strengthening and staying in place, how do you think we might see the incoming government manage the Cambodian border conflict? Do you think that they could double down on their nationalism, and could this potentially affect how ASEAN is trying to manage the conflict as well?
I think that would affect ASEAN in general, because I think when you ride on this nationalism you cannot, like when you ride on the tiger back, right? You can't get off. Otherwise, the tiger's gonna bite you and kill you. So basically, Anutin already promised the kind of hardline, hawkish measure against Cambodia. At least, he even said something like, he's gonna support building the wall, on the borders. So, if you already said that and not doing that, that's gonna tarnish the party in the next election, right? At least if they're not gonna build the border wall, but they're gonna have like a very stronger positions against Cambodia. Negotiation might be very hardened, and then that would affect ASEAN unity. I mean, as you probably could observe from the beginning, when Malaysia chair trying to mediate the conflict. Well, a lot of international criticism on Thai governments that Thailand has been reluctant to adopt any regional solutions and prefer bilateral solutions. So that would be one of the key foreign policy directions during the Anutin government in this particular case, I think.
We have just about 1 minute, but I think it would be quite interesting for us to also look at the Sinawat dynasty. You mentioned that they came in third. Do you think this marks the end for the family?
Well, not quite yet. I think they became a third winner. At least, you can see a large portion of the population supporting them, especially on the northeast and the northern regions. But I think their advantage came at this juncture because of the mismanagement of the Cambodia conflict in the beginning, when Pathon Thachinawat was the prime minister, and you probably have heard the leak, the uncle leak, that the phone call. I think that make the popularity of the parties went down, and probably just like at certain point. But I think during this time, the news is that they might join the government, and they might be able to show the public again that being in the government, they can exercise economic policies more wisely and help the government and Thailand get through this economic obstacle.
Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us and for your insight with
You're
us on
welcome.
Awani Global. That is all on Awani Global this week, looking at the Thai election. We'll be, of course, discussing many more issues in the coming weeks. Tune in next time with me, Nailah Huda, on Awani Global.